We're almost ready to get this game started.
Guys, I made it work. I made it work. Empowering you.
These teams are bringing the competition.
So, someone in chat told me that empowering you and chain grasp is a good combo. Because when you're damage amping one of your team, the chain grasp is still going to go onto enemies. It won't amp the rest of your team, but it will still chain onto your enemy target. And that got me thinking, does that mean that I can damage amp my tank, such as a D.Va who's going to be mobile and aggressive, and also assist in attacking their targets? Because that's like just a good combo. You do that in regular ranked. Like, especially, you've got a wrecking ball, for example, right? They'll slam in and you want to hit the target that they slam. Well, what if my D.Va was a wrecking ball? What if my D.Va went for that build? We've got kind of the same thing. So, we're against the Rhine, which isn't ideal. And also, we're not starting with empowering you, so I would normally say, hey, skip ahead to the empowering you rounds, right? But I think it is important to watch some of the earlier rounds in this game because you'll get a feel for the actual matchup and you'll see what empowering you solves here. So, going into round one, standard opening stuff, you know, chain grasp, we've got armor, we've got attack speed, and then either ability power or weapon power. So we're just playing pretty much a normal game here. Try and get some damage over onto the Rhine as players do push in aggressively. Want to hit this Lucio. We can already tell that they're, I mean, it's not rocket science by the name Reddit Lucio, but we can already tell that we don't really want them to be rich, because a rich Lucio is a scary Lucio. Enemy team's pushing us very fast here. Mercy getting a res off though, so maybe we can contest. Mercy's on the point though, trying to contest, which I respect, but it does mean that she's down. Chain grasp there, we attack the Cassidy. Maybe should have gone for the other target, but Cassidy's now on the point. Got to watch the roll and stun. He's already used the stun, so we don't need to fade just there. So instead it's a positional fade. Chain grasp again on the tank. It's just one of the easiest ones to hit, as the Lucio there gets caught out. Genji in return though, trying to delay, because we can fade away from the Rhine, right, or just run away, but we want to make him waste as many swings as possible. So now we're just trying to contest the point with the Coalescence. We have got a res target on there. We haven't capped it, so we're not gaining any time, but it's still good because our team's spawning, especially if we can get out of here as well. We're hoping there was a target to chain grasp off of. There was not. Now that the Rhine and Lucio's there, we've got to go quite far back. They could have possibly chased down, but the rest of our team would have been there because of the stall, so it's a smart decision from them. Damage orb in because it'll bounce on the point. Nice. Dodge the Rhine fire strikes. Got to watch out if he's got speed here in case he pushes us. D.Va's over onto the point. Bounce it on the corner so it returns around the point. Attacking the Lucio a bit, but they are being healed by the Mercy, and Mercy ults come in. Cassidy there with a high noon. We're trying to just strafe the corner there, but couldn't really see him because he was just tangled in the mess of the Rhine and the Rhine shield. Mercy went for a res, but honestly it wouldn't have made a difference there. It would have actually been negative if she'd got it. So enemy team on 65%. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off. I'm a little bit sick. But hey, it's not going to stop me from doing a video for you guys. Just, if I lose my voice by the end, then I apologise for that. It's fade just to get the mini, throw an orb in there, dodge the fire strike. So Ryan's not going to be coming out that door, which is good because we don't want a surprise pin. Chain grasp, we've got a lot of squishies in front of us, but there's also a lot of damage output, so we've got to be very careful with how we move. Genji's over on the point. We've got flanks on Ryan again, trying to make him waste the swings before we use our fade. It's important in regular ranked and stadium there. Now there's a Bob over on the point. We provide a little heal to D.Va, not that it matters because she demechs to go bomb. So now we're just going to tank this Bob, making sure that we follow the heal orb. D.Va comes in for the Matrix just to guarantee that we survive. Enemy team got 99% and we took the point now. So trying to push up aggressive, see if we can get some damage. Lucio a bit surprised, but we're going to fade back and respect that. Fire strikes are going to come in. We're trying to hug the wall, but we couldn't avoid it and survived on 4 health there. I was hoping that the fire strike wouldn't have such a wide hitbox, but it was just in range. And now we go up here because we've got Coalescence and we don't want to get shattered. So from here, we know that the Rhine can't shatter us, and he's sort of running around not really knowing where to play. We fade up here to try and contest the Ashe on the high ground because no one else is going to be doing it. We get it down, but we've got to watch out for the Lucio and the Dynamite, which means fading. Across here and round the corner. Res does come up. We're still in that position again. Got a bit of chain grasp in. Cassidy's going to jump up on the jump pad though. It's probably going to come to the point as well with the high noon. That's a problem. Wasn't expecting a high noon, maybe just some damage, but this time Mercy does get the res for us. Got Ryan on the point, Mercy gets taken down. We're just trying to use this chain grasp as much as possible. Staying on the point, buy as much time as we can. Genji gets shattered, and there's, yeah, nothing we're going to be able to do here. Enemy team takes the point, and they're going to take the round as well, because no one's going to get there in time. Still, it's close. We got a fair amount of money, but Lucio's a bit rich, and that is kind of scary.
0-1. Let's have a look at our MVPs.
So, with it being round 2,
Up next,
we still can't get the Empowering You,
it's time for push.
which for those who don't know what it is, you become a Mercy. Like, you can use your alternative grasp onto a teammate and it's going to damage amp them. It doesn't scale with anything, it's just a flat damage amp amount. So, we're going to take Shield Buster, Advanced Antibiotics, that gives us 6k left to play with. Look at Aftermarket Firing Pin, but here we're just trying to juggle the money. So can we get the best kind of stats that we can? And Talent Modification Module is 6k, but then we've got one more slot. So it's like, maybe there's some alternatives. So we're looking at them. Icy Coolant doesn't give us 1,000 left because it's 5.5 and we've got 6.2. High Capacity Tubing is an option because that gives us 10% weapon power for 4k, and then we can buy something else. Bio Needles as well, 10% attack speed, probably better. In fact, it will be better, but... so now we end up looking at these options. Which are we going to go for? We go for High Capacity Tubing, and we get Compensator. So we are going to get the plus 15. Oh no, we go for Frenzy Amplifier instead. So Frenzy Amplifier, we're hoping that we can get a load of kills just so that we get a boost in movement speed and attack speed. We are still on just a raw Chain Grasp build. It's a bit tricky on this map. We're hoping we can get some use out of it. It's especially useful if we manage to snipe off a squishy at the back and then the Ryan's chasing us, because the movement speed will allow us to get away, buy us time for our fade. So now Ryan's sitting there, we're just going to straight up attack him, try and strip some of that armor off with Shield Buster. Do a good job with that as Steve is in their backline. Still trying to attack the Ryan here, hoping that he opens up his shield for something. Instead, now going for the Mercy. Can we get her down? No, she gets around the corner. Now we're chain grasping, trying to go off the Cassidy, but the Ryan, great coverage with the shield. If we get hit by anything substantial, we'll fade back. That wasn't substantial enough, so we fade forward. This time we're trying to rhythmic dodge the Cassidy. Goes for the stun. Cassidy does go down, but does get us with that. We were very, very low health. Mercy just let me know there's no res. I wasn't expecting one, to be honest. So team's making good progress on the bot. Can we get it to the checkpoint? No, we've still got 1.2 meters to go. We opt to go the flank route because we're assuming that now that our tank's been demeched, our team's going to retreat, and we were hoping that we'd get an attack, but because Genji's over in their backline, sorry, a little flank surprise attack, and then we could always fade away. But yeah, because Genji was in the backline, the enemy team turned around, and now we're just head on. Lucio and Mercy gun us down. Enemy team starts their progression on the bot. Guys, just a quick one in the downtime. I'd be very grateful and appreciative if you could like the video, and if you haven't subscribed and want to see more videos, then yeah, there's the subscribe button. Sorry, I've got to do the YouTuber thing. You know how it is. Everyone does it, and it feels very cringe, but hey, it's something you might want to. So now our team's getting a little bit crushed here. We've got Lucio and a Ryan on us. We tried to fake fade the Cassidy though. He would have seen the beam. Is he going to chase us though? No, I think he's decided that Mercy's a better target. He's doing a great job with movement there, but still gets taken down by the Ryan. Lucio's a bit isolated. Ash is isolated as well. Take her down here. Our team is pushing the bot, but Ryan's also used his shatter. They do demech us. Now, it would be really nice if we could get it to the checkpoint, just in case there's an overtime scenario. We're out of range of the Lucio here. No one's coming to contest it though. Now if we can get it even just like a meter more, which we can't, we've got a fade back. Soldier's also low and on fire to try and heal them up. In comes a beat. We've got Coalescence. Deciding when to use it. We want to use it as late as possible so as much of the beat like expires as it can. And we're hoping that the enemy team chases us down here and doesn't use their beat to go forward with. There's a Bob on the point. We're attacking the Ashe. Ashe gets taken down. Lucio's also chasing. We opt to go for the Lucio, but then we're like, hey, if he gets in that room, it'll take him half a second to get some health, and he'll come out and kill the Genji. So instead of chasing Lucio, we just make sure that we get a little bit of health over onto the Genji. And now they're only left with a Lucio. Looks like our team's going to win this round. And we do.
The score is 1-1.
Good damage numbers. The cash is
Intense
okay.
competition this round.
So when we're playing against Ryan builds with Chain Grasp, which isn't ideal, or builds are so much better, we don't tend to make as much money. Or builds you tend to make quite a lot more. So looking at the stats overall, I want to see if amping's worth it, because I'm not committed to this build, right? I'm thinking, hey, look, maybe we can do empowering you. And I'm just trying to have a look at what my team's damage are. You know, is it worth amping the tank? Because if I commit to this, then there's kind of no going back. And yeah, we decided to do it because of the D.Va with the Wrecking Ball power, like going for the slams. It's like if we can amp those, they start to hurt late game. And also just regular fire. So also thought, hey, look, since we're trying something here, let's also get the grasp range. Now, I personally hate this item, but it does mean that if the hit scans start really hurting, we're going to have that extra range to amp. It also means that when D.Va goes forward to try and slam behind the Rhine shield, we've got to make sure that we're still in range to get that amp without, being too close to the enemy team. So in this situation, I think the item's pretty good. But yeah, personally, I really hate it. Like, for your normal builds, don't buy that item. For the extra, like, 2 or 3 meters it gives you on grasp range, you could get so much more for the same money. Like, just think Phantasmic Flux. All the lifesteal, the overhealth, the ability power. You can get so much more rather than just, like, 2 meters. So now we're amping players. Amp the D.Va because we can. So Chain Grasp, we're getting some damage. When we can hear the little, like, ticks when it takes effect as D.Va goes in deep. We need another orb, though, before we can amp that. Fire another orb. Go for it now. Don't think we got the damage amp there, but the Chain Grasp does also help, and our team just completely annihilates them there. Hey, look, we can amp the Genji, but then Mercy decided to do it as well. That's the Mercy's amp chaining, not ours. For a second there, it threw me off in the game, but I thought I'd just confirm that with you guys. Alright, we took a little shot there. Go now, we can still attack enemy players to go for the Chain Grasp. We don't have to just amp our team. Go for it a little bit there. See, going for the enemy players here. As now we try to attack the Rhine. Fade's going to be up soon. We hope he doesn't chase us down with speed. He doesn't. Now that we've got Fade, we know that we're safe. Just amp someone. I don't know why we're amping a long-range D.Va. Rhine uses his pin to try and chase us, but we just Fade up top. Now, we need to get that amp over onto the Rhine. That's going to help a lot, actually. Like breaking shields and stuff. Now here, we're using the Baby D.Va for the Chain Grasp, but no one was in range. It's not about amping Baby D.Va to do more damage. It was that, hey look, she's the one who's furthest forward. Same pin, same Fade. Now we want here, this is an interesting one, because we want to mirror the enemy Rhine so that if he goes to point, we're going to be just tanking him. But now we can try and Chain Grasp the Soldier, sorry, empowering you the Soldier, while also Chain Grasping the Rhine. So there's one where the combo works quite well. Damage orb, because we're expecting somebody to come in and touch. So we kill him. Lucio doesn't look like he's going to get here on time. We take round 3, 2-1. I mean, it was reasonably effective. Reasonably. Let's see how it does in round 4.
Coming up next, the teams are facing off in clash.
So it's a good map for it. I mean, this is one where it can be quite tricky to Chain Grasp the enemies, but it's going to be really easy to Chain Grasp my team. So we can sit on, like, the high ground and just amp over at the choke where teams are pushing them. We can sit round corners. It's a lot easier to get the Chain Grasp effect if you can also hide. That being said, if you are using it on an ally, like for the empowering you, then you're only going to grasp to 2 targets. So your stats are just going to be lower in general, but you're still providing some utility for your team, which is kind of cool. So alternative energy, it gives us a lot of attack speed. The ability power is kind of cool. We get emergency chip because it gives us some shields. The money worked out well for it. It gives us some life steal as well, which, yeah, could help. So we do want a bit of more survivability because, yeah, the enemy team, we know that Casti and Ashe are going to start hurting. Lucio could pressure us. Like, Ryan as well. We just need a little bit more survivability. And that's what we could afford. If we had 10k, we would have got Phantasmic Flux or something.
Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
So a quick look at the enemy builds. We see Liquid Nitrogen for the Lucio. Commander's Clip on Cassidy. I don't know if that's an actual thing. But that's what they've got. So now pushing through. We amp D.Va, but it's long range. So instead we look to amp the Soldier, but he doesn't shoot. So now from the low ground, we're getting the Chain Grasp over onto the D.Va, but there's a Rhine Shield in the way, so we didn't actually hit anyone with it. Try and provide a bit of healing for the D.Va as well. Anytime the Rhine starts swinging, we want our Chain Grasp to come in like now. Amping there. We do provide that utility. D.Va's mech gets nearly popped. There's an isolated Mercy. We try and attack her. She gained quite a bit of health. We get the Mercy down, but we can't quite escape the Ashe shots. So now it looks like our team are probably going to capture this point here. We've got players on there, half capped already. Ryan pins our D.Va though. Is the mech going to get popped? We're looking in the distance. Ooh, she goes for a slam. We lose our Soldier. D.Va's also very low. Mercy's a bit low. Chain Grasp. But our Mercy does get taken down. Our Bob on the point. That's going to be kind of a problem. We're trying to tank as much as we can. Now we're trying to use an orb, see if we can kill the Bob, but no, that's not happening. So a little bit of an overextend from our team. But to be honest, they probably would have got a push in anyway. It's whether or not playing further forward is what gave Ashe the Bob. I'd be guilty of doing the same thing, but I think the difference is that I've only got a finite amount of health, whereas D.Va's kind of, you know, she can give quite a lot of ult to the enemy team. So now we're looking for someone to damage amp. We can't get the damage amp through the Rhine Shield. You see, it's not ideal with a Rhine build, but I want to leave this one up to you guys to experiment with, or maybe us in a future video. D.Va slam, that one was amped, but the Rhine's also got damage reduction items. He's got that Gundam field, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it is, but we'd be stacking that up a lot, and so would D.Va. So the Rhine's very, very tricky to kill here. But we still need to put damage out on them, because otherwise they'll just swing and kill everybody. Use Coalescence. Coalescence is quite weak with this kind of build. We try and get some healing over onto the D.Va. Ryan's going in for the pin. There's a Hynene behind us. We don't quite know where they're going, so we just kind of opt to go behind this little wall. And now we fade here because we assume that they've got vision of us. So it was like if they charged up earlier on us, we'd stand out there for just a second and then fade off, but we'd get taken down by the Lucio. Mercy doing a good job here. Flying around keeping players alive. Now this is one of the things with Ryan going a very survival heavy build. They really don't have the damage. They're more just like this annoying threat, and it's all about their DPS and Lucio to try and actually get the damage out. When Ryan's just alone like that, it's not too threatening. So we're just trying to heal up players. Looks like they've got Cyber Venom on their team as well, which is why the healing takes so long. Such a powerful item. Damage amping the Genji. Damage amping the Mercy. Honestly, we were just hoping for a bit of chain grasp there. Mercy does get taken down slightly around the corner. We amp the Lucio, but we've got to provide some healing. Shatter comes in, but we do react in time. D.Va now pushing them. There's another Bob on the point. This time Mercy's going. We damage amp the Mercy. Mercy smartly rotates out. And we come in and finish the Bob off, which means we can start trying to cap the point. They do have a Lucio, so you can never rule out a touch. We want to try and put a bit of pressure on them in advance, just so maybe they use healing and not speed. In comes the Rhine, got hit by the D.Va bomb by the looks of it. Rhine's there. We want to just stop him from going to the point. I know I can tank a couple of swings. So even though it gives him a little bit of cash, it just guarantees that, yeah, he doesn't go for the point and get a touch and have a Lucio and another Bob or something coming in contest. So round 4, we win that. Money's pretty bad, actually. This map will be a bit interesting for it, actually. Like, there's a lot of corners that we can hide behind and amp. But also, it's a little bit dangerous for the kind of run-it-down Ryan Lucio comps that we're against. Luckily, their DPS aren't ideal for that. Now, what power are we going to consider? Precarious Potency is an option. It's obviously we can swap out some of the attack speed stuff, get a bit more weapon power, provide some healing for our team. And it's like, well, I don't know. It's a tricky one. The thing is, it is quite scary to have Ryan Lucio. You know, what if they... And Lucio's healing is just going to scale and scale and scale. So when they try and run it down, it's going to be scary. So I opt for multi-ball because I'm just like, you know what? I'm actually fine with my build where it's at. We don't need to max out damage because we're getting value just through amping anyway. So it's nice that the Chain Grasp does something. We don't want to just like not build into it at all, but it's nice that it does something. And in this case, it's like, hey, look, let's just also add the utility. Slow the enemy team. We've got Liquid Nitrogen. That will really help players out against Reddit Lucios and Ryans. Multi-ball, we don't care about the damage really. So we're just hoping that it hits a couple more players. I did consider cross-orbal because I thought maybe it would heal our teammates. We don't have that much ability power though, so the heal orb side of it isn't going to do much, and we're only really using our orbs to activate Chain Grasp anyway. So that's the build. Looking at enemy team again, just out of interest. See what they're building. You could see that the Lucio was the one that we seem to be focused on. And that's because, yeah, we're looking at how much AP they've got, what powers they've got. Are they in some like mega scale that's really going to threaten us later? The other thing about multi-ball is it does allow us to go for Cyber Venom, Smart Orbs, or anything if it goes to around 7. Now we're just amping the Diva, amping the Soldier. Genji gets taken down. We try and heal the Mercy up just in case he wants to go in for the res. Now heal up the Genji. There's a Ryan here. We don't dodge one fire strike. We dodge another and we have to fade. We're looking out to see if the Ryan is going to pin, making sure we use cover. Now here I shouldn't really be damage amping the Diva. I should have been healing while they've got like the heal boost on them. Now we also noticed that we were getting shot by the Ashe, so as soon as that the opportunity arose, we fade through, but she got a nice shot on us, which has made us burn. So didn't know what I was doing with that fade there. I wanted to go forward, but then it's like, no, there's a Cassidy. So now we're kind of trapped in an awkward position where there's hit scan on either side of us. Fade back into the corridor. We're considering firing a heal orb to heal ourselves, but we want to use the Chain Grasp when somebody goes in. So if Diva goes for a slam, it's about now, right? So while Ryan's swinging, it is doing a bit of damage. Remember, it's not just the Ryan, it'll be one other target that's near them, which is important because our grasp really doesn't do a lot against the Ryan. Here we're doing a little bit more here from behind the shield. We get a fade, but we got booped up in the air, which luckily we were able to escape that one. Yeah, okay, so Shatter apparently hits me there. I didn't know that. The reason why I was standing there is because I thought it was safe. Lucio pushes us, but it's not that scary. Cassidy, however, is quite scary. Get around the corner, we try and provide some healing. This is where Precarious Potency might have been very useful. Especially with Cyber Venom out there. Mercy kind of nearly made a mistake, but had enough health. We fade in behind them. Use Coalescence. It's just more of a distracting play. As I said, Coalescence doesn't do that much. Like, it doesn't do that much healing or damage, to be honest. It's kind of terrible when you're on a weapon power build, but we can make use of it. Enemy team is in the lead here. Now Mercy's there, Lucio's there, Chain Grasp. You get them taken down. There's a Ryan as well. 34 seconds. Ashe Dynamite comes in. We try and get her down rather than just heal the Soldier. The Soldier's got, well, it's going to have a Mercy nearby to heal, and also with Cyber Venom, it's better just to wait for that to wear off. Cassidy's here now. We get a little bit of damage on before we've got to rotate to our team. Provide some healing for the Soldier, and now we're going to amp him up. Amp the Diva, let the Chain Grasp hit. Now we try to Chain Grasp off the Mercy because she's actually above the Ryan, and maybe we'll get some additional damage onto them. Ryan gets taken down. Genji gets 3 with a blade. Now there's just one Bob. It's not contesting the point though. We just try and tank it. We've got Fade available if we need it. 9 health. Not even close. Not even close. As now we've got it to the checkpoint, but we've still got to get a bit further. Ashe is there. We're going to use Coalescence again this time to attack the Lucio. I don't think they switched in time from to their healing from speed. Pioneer gets taken out. We attack the Rhine. Gotta just block this res. Mercy probably doesn't have it. So we punch her in the face and then team takes the game. Looking at the total stats, so we had quite a lot of damage there. But not that much money. Guys, what do you think? Like, is this something that you believe you could build on? Or is just like raw chain grass better? Because there's a lot of things, like we could have had ethereal excision, which then we could have added anti-heal. So rather than damage amping, we've got, you know, reduced healing for the enemy team. The question that you should be asking though is, should you build this? Honestly, I'd probably say no. Like, it's cool to try out, right? It may suit your style. If you're not a crazy aggressive player, it may suit your style, but probably not.